Okay, how's it going, y'all? This is Ryan De La Garza, and this is another Desmos demo. We're going to be looking at taking functions from user inputs and then putting them right on a graph. And again, we have one sync that we're going to use here, and that is the function sync. So here I have, I want a linear function that goes to these 2 points. So just so you can kind of get a feel for what we're going to build. As students come in, they type in their function here. They can see it on a graph, and then when they go to the next page, what we've done is we've taken that same line and we've put it on a sketch layer. So this way they can come through, we can kind of make some notes on it, we can circle key features, and if you see here, we're asking them to kind of connect the function they entered to what they see on the graph. So how did we build this? Let's go ahead and break it down. So we're going to add a new screen, and first off, I want to put a graph element. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my function right here. Now, if you want to edit things about the function, like the color, the line style, anything like that, you're going to have to make it equal to something. So since our last one was red, I'm going to go ahead and change this one to be orange. But then now to get it rolling, I'm going to delete that X. So it says I need a slider in here. You can add it in there if you like. When I have those, usually when I have a lot, I like to make a folder and toss those in there just so they're kind of out of the way. So now we're going to bring in our input, and again I need to label it because I'm going to be working with the computation layer. I do input 3 because I'm on slide 3. That's how I like to stay organized. And since I'm pulling a function, I'm going to change it to math, and then I want them to explain their answer as well. So here what we're going to do differently on this one, let's make this one a parabola. So let's say enter the function for a parabola that has a vertex at, let's say, 2, -4. And if I want that to be math text, I can come in here and highlight it, and then we'll make that math text so it looks a little fancy like a point, right? I'll capitalize my E. So now, if I come over here, I see the line, I see my instructions, but again, where's the magic? So we're going to come into our computation layer and we're going to bust out the function sync. In the graph, we did f of x, so my function is going to be labeled f. So if you did g of x or h of x or anything like that, you would put that letter in there. So now we're going to use the simple function, and what I'm going to look at is I want to get my function from input 3 dot latex. I always thought it was latex, but I hear people say it all the time and they always say latex, so I guess that's what we're going with. So what I'm doing again is I'm building a function called f by looking at input 3 and the latex in there, which is saying take that text and turn it into math in like a numerical value that the computer can work with, and then I want to make a function out of it. So that's how our function sync works. Now if you notice when I come in here, if I do my formula, I can see there is my parabola and the magic works. And if you notice, look, it's updating in real time kind of as they play with it. So the next thing I did is I did come in there and I added a second graph. So I'm going to add a new screen. I'm going to put a sketch element and I'm going to make the background a graph. Now once I go in here, here's the nice part. I have that function already. So I'm going to go back to my previous one. I'm going to copy and paste that same sync in there, that same function sync. I need to come in here, I need to put my function into it. I'm not going to add a slider on this one just so you can see what that looks like. And then now preview it, hey, there's nothing there, but if I come back and I do my setup here, here's my function, and then now I see it popping up here. So if I wanted to add in points, I could do that. So like on the previous one, I also put in the point we were looking for, right? So I wanted my vertex at 2, -4, and I'll make that an open point, and I'll make it black so it goes through, right? So now if I'm seeing this, I've got that right there. But now when I go in, I'm typing this again, squared, right? I can see, sure enough, that is my vertex. And so I could put in, now that I have that built, I can put in my box. Here is just an explanation. And so now I could copy and paste that same kind of prompt where the function is there, use the sketch tools and kind of show how you built that. So that's a quick rundown, functions on a graph using the function sync. And thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, let me know.